Krypto. Home. Take me home.
Y'all know who Superman is. Y'all know what Superman is all about. Do I need to really explain to you this movie? And honestly, do you really want me to give you a small glimpse of the synopsis of this movie? I don't think you want to. I think you really want to go to this movie as blind as possible. Y'all have no idea how long I've been waiting for a movie like this. Not only a superhero movie like this, but a Superman movie like this. And look, I'm not even saying that everybody's gonna love this movie, but to me personally, when I think of Superman, this is the Superman that I picture in my head. When I think of Krypto, this is the Krypto that I picture in my head. When I think of Lois Lane, this is the Lois Lane that I picture in my head. When I think of Lex fucking Luthor, this is the motherfucking Lex Luthor that I picture in my head. Okay, I am getting a little bit ahead of myself, so let's do this step by step. First of all, let's talk about this cast, because oh my god, everybody here is incredible. But specifically, Derek Cornsweet, I already knew he was gonna be a good Superman. I was not expecting him to be an incredible Superman. Again, this is the Superman that every time I think about this character, this is the Superman that I picture in my head. But not only that, he's also a great Clark Kent. When you're doing Superman, this is something that you need to get right. Not only you need to get right Superman, you also need to get right Clark Kent, and he does great with interpreting both of these characters. Now, we don't get much of Clark Kent in this movie, but it makes sense because it's not an origin story, so it doesn't really bother me. Lois Lane, played by Rachel Brosnahan, is also incredible in this movie. This might genuinely be my favorite interpretation of Lois Lane, and we had some good ones in the past, but in my opinion, she is the best one because she interprets the best aspects of the character. She's a great reporter as well. I love how she takes her reporting and her journalism very seriously. She's also very snappy, so you know that she takes no shits from anybody. And again, the relationship that she has with both Superman and Clark Kent, I think is done very well. There's a scene where Lois is interviewing Superman, Clark Kent acting as Superman, and it's a great scene. Like, you get to see not only Lois's great journalism expertise and skills, but you also see how this dynamic kind of grows from here on out in the rest of the movie, and I love that. Gotta talk about my boy Krypto. I've always wanted to see a live action interpretation of Krypto, and my god, this motherfucker is cute as hell. But not only that, he's kind of a little shit in this movie. He acts like a real dog. He's the perfect embodiment of what a real dog would be if it had superpowers. So we gotta talk about the big baddie here. Of course, I'm talking about the Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, which is one of my favorite actors. This Lex Luthor might also be my favorite interpretation of this character. He does some truly despicable shit in this movie that by the end will make you hate this son of a bitch. And my god, I loved how much I hated his guts by the end of this. I was like, fuck you, and I love you for that. You also have some of the other characters that are from the Daily Bugle. They're all very good, they're all very well casted as well. But you also have the Justice Gang, which is Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho as well. All these characters are cool, and one of the things that was a worry to me before the movie came out, when I saw the trailers, I was like, man, this is a lot of characters in one Superman movie. And I was worried that maybe these characters were gonna take away from Superman, or maybe they would just be there to be small cameos. But no, these characters actually play a big role in the movie. And again, they don't steal Superman's spotlight whatsoever. And what was very surprising to me is that even though this movie has so many characters, the movie finds a way to give each one of them their own spotlight. Like, every character gets a chance to shine. I love all these characters, but man, Mr. Terrific was hilarious. I loved his ass. I was just so impressed by how much I was gonna like this guy. I already knew I was gonna like it because I like the actor that plays him, but also Mr. Terrific in this movie is just terrific. I mean, Guy Gardner being played by Nathan Fillion, how can you not love that? He is hilarious in this movie. And the thing that worried me is that I thought he was gonna be a little bit too goofy, but he just plays it right enough where he's goofy enough, and I like that. I like that this movie, yes, this movie is a James Gunn movie. It has some of the same James Gunn isms that you see in other movies like Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad or Peacemaker or Creature Commandos. I feel like in this movie specifically, it's done in a way that doesn't feel super intrusive. James Gunn understood that there are moments where the character should not be dropping jokes or needle drops. So I like that James Gunn was able to restrain himself. For the most part, there are a couple of times where he'll drop a little song or a little joke here and there, but again, it doesn't feel tasteless, it doesn't feel useless, it doesn't feel like it's bothering the story or the characters. It actually fits what's going on. The score, man, oh my god, this is such a beautiful score. I love all the music in this movie. By the end of this, you are going to feel a ginormous sense of hope. Shit, I was even tearing up in a couple of moments in this movie. The film also visually looks incredible. I like all the action sequences, but the film in general is just filmed very, very beautifully. There are so many shots in this movie where I'm like, god damn, that is just a gorgeous wallpaper. Like, I wish I could just take a photo of that shit and just put it on my computer or something. That's how good this movie looks. And the CGI, while it can be goofy, it fits for this interpretation of Superman. The Superman movie focuses more on the sci-fi elements of Superman. It focuses on the more fantastical elements that people know from Superman, from the comics, but it's great to see it in the big screen. And again, yes, some of these special effects do look goofy, but I almost feel like them looking goofy kind of makes it better in my opinion. Now, if I do have one complaint, and it's probably my only complaint in the movie, is that the final act of the movie, you know, the final big climax battle of the movie, I do think is maybe a little too much in my opinion. Like, it's stuff that we've seen so much in other comic book movies that I'm like, really, we're doing this? I feel like this could have been done a little bit different, maybe it could have been done a little bit better, and also the fact that there's a lot of things that get resolved very quickly in the ending as well. I was like, okay, maybe we are rushing a little bit too much here. But for the most part, I absolutely love the hell out of this movie. From its casting, from the music, from the action, from the character depictions, from the writing, from the values of Superman. I feel like right now, more than ever, a movie like Superman is what we really need. We need some hope, some love in our life right now, because god damn it, shit has never looked this bleak before in the real world. And I know it's gonna sound very corny, but now more than ever, we need Superman. And I'm excited for the future of this new universe, because not only does this movie need to be a good Superman movie, it also needed to be a good starting point for this new DC universe. And in my opinion, I think it's a pretty damn great way to start this new universe. I'm actually looking forward to so many other things in the future of this universe, from Lanterns, from Supergirl, from whatever else they have planned. I'm already in this ride and I want to see more of it. So my final rating for Superman is going to be a 9 out of 10. But thank you so much for watching. What do you think of Superman? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or just kind of in the middle? Let me know down in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think about it. And like always, good day, good night, and stay safe.